said you would kill. No one's gonna kill. She's gonna die.
Hey, am I doing the killing? No.
And you're alone. You're alone.
Am I doing the killing?
Just because you're not secure
it's
with
against
masculinity.
it's against my will.
That's crazy. What if your mama did the same thing, got an abortion? Yeah. She's like, well, the doctor's the one killing him.
Hold on. What if it was? Wait. What if it is you or your mama? Which one would you pick? Would you make her do it? Wait. What if your mama?
What if your mama just said that it's the doctor doing it? It's not.
What if your mom said one of us has to do it? What if your mom says one of us has to do it? Either your father or you. Take a pick. Would you make your father do it, or would you do it on his behalf?
I'm not doing it.
So you'd make your father do it. You would make your father do it. How old is your father? You just did. The guy says, I'm going to put it in somebody's mouth. And he says to you, if you say no, it's going in daddy's mouth. Would you say no, not me?
Hey, man, I would say no when my dad would say no.
Oh, my God. No, your dad hasn't got a choice. The choice is on you. The guy comes to you and he says, if you say no, it goes in his mouth, right?
I'm saying no.
Wow, you would make your father do it. That is terrible.
I didn't say that.
Guy is it?
I can't make nobody do anything.
He told you the consequences. He said, if you say no, daddy has a piece.
Hey, man, but I don't control those consequences.
You do. You just say, yeah, give it to me.
He's the one with the gun. I'll be a coward. I'll be a coward without some dick in my mouth.
I'm ashamed to be on the same stage.
Yeah. You a brave guy with some dick in your mouth. How about that?
Next time you see the American flag, you
weak nigga.
You don't deserve to look at the flag.
Fuck the American flag.
You don't deserve to look at the flag. I knew it.
Don't nobody want to look at that shit. I burn that motherfucker. I'm gonna burn another one today.
You're one of those commies.
Yeah,
that's right. I knew.
He's all about the welfare, nothing else.
That's right.
Fuck America.
There we go. Let it out, bad boy.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, let it out, boy.
Yeah.
I saw it from a mile away.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What if he said that you could have endless amounts of chicken, right? If one of you did it, just touched his leg, would you do that? Chicken for life.
Well, if he sound anything like you, it probably smell like curry and must. So I probably wouldn't do it.
No. But let's say he smelled like
better. If he smelled better than you.
And all you have to do is your leg and his leg has to touch a little bit. Would you do that for a lifetime of chicken?
Unlimited chicken.
Unlimited chicken.
Hell no.
Yeah,
you can't cook it.
You a goddamn liar.
You can't cook it right. You can't cook it right.
Oh, wait, what about unlimited chicken and watermelon?
Yeah.
What about waffles?
Yeah.
Chicken and waffles.
Some watermelon.
You can't cook it right.
No, you get to cook it. He's just giving you the chicken raw.
I don't eat chicken.
Lifetime.
This guy's lying today.
He said,
wow. You've never eaten chicken, have you?
He said he didn't eat the chicken.
Nope.
What do you eat? Can you take me through your meal in an average day? I'd be really keen to understand. Could you take me through yesterday's meals?
Soup. I like soup.
Hey, guy,
my wife cooked.
You ate soup.
My wife cooked. My wife makes.
Look, you
sound
kind of heavy set. You're not a man on the soup diet.
My wife makes miso soup with some salad.
You're eating salads and soup in that place? Are you
go back to the scenario earlier with your mama. What if it's your wife?
Yeah.
No. Hell no.
You would cook your wife?
All right. What if your wife made miso soup? Your wife made miso soup, right? She made 3 bowls of miso soup. One of them the guy checks off him, but he's not going to tell you which one. But you have a 1 in 3 chance. And if you just drink one of the soups, there's a chance you save your family's life. Would you take the risk?
Well, hell no.
Damn.
Wow, you wouldn't even do it then. It's like a 33% chance, right? You get the right bowl, and you still wouldn't take it.
Hell no.
Okay, 5 bowls of soup.
Hell no.
20% chance.
20 bowls
Hell
of soup.
No.
20 bowls of
Yeah,
soup.
5% chance. Right? Would you go for it?
Hell no.
$100.
Wow.
Wow.
$100.
This guy.
That's too great of a risk.
The most risk-averse black man I've ever seen in my life.
Hold on.
yeah,
What about for a pair of Jordans?
But here's the irony. He would fuck
I
a
can
woman
buy my
with
own
no condom,
Jordans.
though.
What's your credit score, Hurts? I bet it's very high, actually. What's your credit score?
Hey, he's not
No,
a risk
no.
taker, that's for sure.
720.
Yeah, he's not a risk
What is
taker.
it? What is it? 820?
720.
That's very healthy. Good for you, Hurts.
That's pretty high for a black guy. I'm impressed.
It is, actually. I'm actually very impressed.
How many things you have on
Yeah,
layaway?
yeah. And guess what? I didn't
Uh-huh.
have to credit card scam anybody. How about that?
He's culture, too. Wow.
I don't think that
You
boosts their
traveled.
credit
You've
score.
been to China. I see. You
Well,
went-
I didn't have
Yes,
to credit card. I didn't have to get my money for my dude's
Yes.
credit card. Or my
Look at-
dude's on
Are
credit
you
card.
doing a Nigerian
I
or
don't get
Indian?
that.
My wife did the scamming of the credit card, man.
Is this Indian or is it Nigerian?
I know it because I can smell the curry off of you.
Wait. Hurts, you think that Han is Indian by his accent?
And what's the difference? What's the difference?
With the name Han spelled that way?
It's very
Yeah.
confusing. I mean, I can't believe
I
they
can't
can
see his
believe
name.
that
I'm
he-
driving.
You were driving this whole time?
Yeah, what are you driving?
Hell yeah. I'm trying
I
to
think
tell.
Hurts might be autistic, actually.
The Charger.
I think your mother might be autistic.
No, he's just a liar.
What
You're
you
a liar,
driving,
bro.
Hurts?
You would save your mama. You would kiss a dude on the lips to save your mama.
A Dodge
So,
Charger.
I don't gotta lie about it. That's
You
why I
did,
answered so quick.
Why'd you lie about the chicken, though? That's what I want to know.
Lie about
That's
what
I'm
chicken?
fucking like.
You lied about the
I
chicken.
know you
black
fucking
boy.
love chicken. Why do you lie about the chicken?
What's up? What's up, man? I don't eat chicken.
Nah, that makes no sense. at
Okay,
all.
can you tell the other guy you're with that you've never eaten chicken? And if you do that in public, I'll believe you.
I never
I want to
said.
see
I
if the
never
other guy
said.
laughs.
I never said I never eaten chicken. I said.
When was the last time you ate chicken? When was the last time you had chicken?
Yesterday.
When was it?
Yesterday.
It's been a minute.
Yesterday?
Man. I prefer.
Last week?
I prefer real shit. I prefer real shit
Okay.
like
So when was the last time you ate chicken? Just answer the question.
oxtails and goat. Oxtails, goat and
Okay.
shit.
When was the last
I
time
can't
you had
remember the
chicken?
last-
Just tell me.
What is
more
more
real
real
Okay.
than an oxtail than a chicken?
Then I want you to tell the guy outside
It tastes
right now
better.
that you can't remember the last time you had chicken. Can you say that publicly to him and see if he laughed at you?
I can't remember the last time I had chicken.
No, say it to the guy.
The fuck I give father you laugh for?
You live in
Next time.
Wait, hold on. You're driving,
Who
but
do
you
you
got a
think I
guy
am?
in the side seat with you? What you doing, bro?
There's nobody in the front seat.
No, you got a guy
Yeah,
with
that-
you. If you're in public.
I'm in the truck by myself.
the truck.
Who are you talking to? Alex?
rear block.
He told me to repeat it. So I repeated it.
Perch, where are you going right now?
Yeah, can you stop at the gas station?
I'm headed back.
and,
I'm headed back to my hub.
Can you stop at the gas station and ask the guy in public?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Wop, 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 wop.
Ryan, were you? He said he wouldn't kiss a guy on the lips to save his mama.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That's actually.
I
wild.
don't even like my mama, and I would do that.
Yeah, because you just want to kiss a guy on the lip. You want any excuse.
That's right. You got me. Oh no. Oh no.
You just said you don't even
Oh,
like
no.
your mama. You just doing it because you want
Oh
to kiss a guy
no.
on the
Some
lip.
guy I don't know might think I'm gay. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hey man, hey, you said it, not me.
You'll really be a faggot when your mom leaves.
I didn't make you say that shit. You said it. You said I don't even like my mom, and I would kiss a guy on the lips.
To save her life,
Kiss a guy on the
yeah.
lips.
To save her life, yeah.
You
I would
just,
kiss
no,
a dude
you
on the
just
lips
want to kiss
save
a guy
my
on the
mom's
lips.
life.
You don't even like us,
Look,
so that
if
ain't
I
your
wanted-
priority.
Look, if I wanted to kiss a guy on the lips, I'd just say it.
Okay, wait.
You already did.
How long
You
have you
said
been
it
married?
multiple times.
How long have you been
Yeah,
married?
I said I would do it to save my
8
mama's life.
years.
8 years you've been married, right? Have you
Oh,
cheated
she's
on her?
cheating on him. She's cheating
Have
on
you
him,
ever
for
cheated
sure.
on her?
Speaking
She
of,
don't love him.
what do you think about mine?
Wait, I'm asking you.
Man,
Have
it'd be
you ever
the hater
faithful?
single dudes that want my wife to cheat.
Wait, have you
I don't
been
want your wife
faithful?
to cheat. I'm just saying, if your wife knows that about you, which I'm sure she does, from what you're saying, if you don't lie, then like, why would she be with you?
I'm asking, have you ever cheated on her?
Why would she want if I'm
Because you're a provider. You're a provider for her. That's why she's with you. Nothing else.
Is that why? That's why we got together?
Wait, I'm interested. Have you ever,
If that's why,
bro. It don't sound like love to me. If you wouldn't give a peck on the lips to someone to save your wife's life, that don't sound like love to me.
If that's why we together, then what's your excuse? If that's all you got to do,
Black men will do anything.
I don't know. What do you mean by an excuse?
Yeah. What's your excuse then?
To avoid looking.
I haven't found the right one.
You're not a provider. No, ain't nobody found you.
Black men will be.
That's right. I'm gay and I'm not a provider. Because I wouldn't kiss a dude on the lips when someone holding a gun to my mom's head. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I want to welcome everybody to a show called Stupid People Talking About Nothing, Wasting Time.
So, how long have you been with your wife? 18 years.
Yeah, it'll be 9 in July.
Okay. Have you ever been unfaithful to her in the 9 years?
And what you mean?
Don't worry, I'm not going to tell her. You're not there. I'm not the police. I mean,
No, I'm saying like, what you mean?
Have you ever
I don't think so.
another one? You don't think so? It's a
I don't.
strange answer to the question.
What's going on now?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think so.
So you could have
I
without
mean,
knowing.
according to... No. That ain't what I'm
Okay.
saying. Hold on one second.
Have you
What's up,
have
big
you ever
buddy?
been with him? Can you ask him about the chicken while he's there, please?
You know, huh? Oh,
Could you
yeah.
ask Big Buddy? Can you ask him, please, to confirm that you can't remember the last time you ate chicken?
Oh, man, he's too far.
No, you go closer to him. You don't have to kiss him.
Did you try that recipe?
No, not yet.
I'm going to keep on bothering you till you try it.
Yeah,
Did you
no,
teach
send
her
me
to
all the
cook
recipes.
kosher Guatemalan?
Yeah, kosher. Well, yeah, I mean, she knows all the rules of kosher, and then she, only does the recipes that don't, violate milk and meat. And she uses, all of our utensils properly, and, she knows the different pots and stuff. So, yeah, it's all good.
I thought you were
Yeah,
referring
She
to
cooked for so many different families in
And
our
he's
show.
the one providing with ingredients, right? So
Yeah, she buys them from the local kosher place. And she cooks for like 4 different families in our show.
I thought you were referring to the real holiday of today, Yaakov.
What real holiday?
what is a real holiday?
A Japanese Penis Festival Day.
No, that's in April.
Nobody's celebrating?
What?
What? Is it your birthday? What is it today?
It's Tu B'Shavat.
What? What is that?
It's the
Festival of the Trees.
It's the Festival
birthday
of the Trees.
Birthday
Oh
of
my
the...
That's
God,
why I
that
just got a
sounds like
call
a
from
woke
Jewish
Jew
National.
thing.
It is. It's
No.
the wokest, hippiest is
it's not
Jewish
a woke.
holiday.
It's
It's
a
a-
great thing.
It's
a
the
woke
hippie holiday.
Jewish
That's what I'm saying.
Is
It's a
that
nature
today? I
guy.
thought it was tomorrow. I don't even
It's
keep
today,
track of the holiday.
today into tomorrow. I just looked it up.
Okay.
February 12th.
Oh, what do you guys
It
do?
starts
Do you
tonight.
have
Wait,
trees?
it
That
starts
sounds
at
cool. Do they bring out
sundown?
acoustic guitars
Yeah, it's
and
tonight.
shit and play like
That's
half
what I thought.
beaters?
So it's
What do
really
you
And what do you guys do?
It's
What is the
tomorrow.
tradition?
Is it acoustic guitar playing and stuff? Like what
So it's
goes?
not today.
All right.
What is the
Well,
tradition?
you're more
You
Jewish
go
than
on
me. I would expect you to know.
Well, that's why I said I thought it was
I like
tomorrow.
having
Well, I
Good
thank you
Jewish
for your
argument.
education.
You're welcome.
In my defense, I'm Christian, not Jewish, so that's why I'm not celebrating. I didn't even know today was a holiday.
I didn't even know Tu B'Shavat was a thing, Yaakov, until like 3 years ago.
Actually,
Yeah.
you gotta
Not
get
Shabbat,
Tu
it's
B'Shvat.
Shvat.
Thank
Tu
you.
B'Shvat.
Tu B'Shavat.
Since
There you
Zach went to Israel, now he is celebrating all of this.
I am very proud of Zach.
He's becoming the most Jewish person we have.
Well, one thing you do on Tu B'Shvat is you have a kumsit, which
Huh?
means you have a kumsit.
You sit in the cum? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's like a
What is a
campfire.
kumsit?
Thank you for that thought.
It's a campfire.
I can't unhear that.
I'm sorry. It's very irascible. Edmund would frown.
So Norm, that is what the tradition is for today's holiday?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's sort of it's a little bit ironic because it's an old, like, pioneer holiday. There's some things that, like, the first couple generations did that they're not as popular now.
You have a campfire and you eat fruits and nuts and gifts from the earth.
Yeah, but it's still even a little bit early for the trees.
Right, but in Israel, it's spring in Israel?
It's really freaking cold.
It's still cold
In
over there.
Jerusalem, it's
For
cold.
the
In
tree
the lower
holiday-
lying areas, it's not as cold.
For
So
the
why?
holiday, you burn trees actually and make bonfire. That's amazing.
I know, that's funny. But why, Yaakov, then why isn't it actually in the springtime?
I don't know. It's not even for the
Because
solar.
we don't have
it's
anything
not
else in
even the spring.
February. February
know,
was
I-
available.
It's available. It's not
You don't
the
celebrate Valentine's?
equinox. Yeah.
No, the equinox is on the 21st of March.
Yeah, so it's odd. It's placement. I don't know. This is great. The Kennedy family is blaming
Wait, did
Jack
the Jews also
Schlossberg's
invent
problems on his father, not on the Kennedy name.
Did the Jews invent Valentine's too?
Saint
That's
Valentine?
No, that's a Hallmark holiday.
Okay, so the Catholics invented it and you commercialized it.
Yeah, we did.
By the way, it's the 14th of Shvat. That's the Jewish month.
15th. Today is the 14th. Jewish
Yeah,
is
tomorrow.
2 means 15, or it's gematria for 15. Which, fun fact, the Jews put it in as 2 because they really don't want to have the gematria Yud He in their numbers.
What do you think the proper greeting is? Freilika Tu B'Shvat?
No, it's
No.
like Tu B'Shvat is. I'll tell you why Tu B'Shvat is a hippie holiday. Tu B'Shvat is a hippie holiday because Tu B'Shvat is like tax law about when a tree is 1 year old or 2 years old. Because the way they tracked ages back in the day was they didn't.
Are you getting to the greeting?
There's no
Give him a
greeting.
chance.
Not like a special day.
So you can't say to somebody anything about Tu B'Shvat?
Don't say Tachna.
I went to a Tu B'Shvat Seder. In
Yeah,
America.
it's all made up.
I know,
like,
it's made up by hippies. It's a leftist hippie holiday.
Prediction for trees. It is relevant for trees and fruit and the produce and taxation laws because that's how it's done in Israel with like a portion of the produce going to the temple. So Tu B'Shvat is relevant for that and other laws like ownership of a field or whether a tree
But I
is
guess
this many.
Sukkot is kind of the nature holiday, right? Like there already is a nature holiday.
Yeah, Sukkot is more that nature holiday and it involves camping.
I think we have to call this Erev Tu B'Shvat.
I guess it's just not Tu B'Shvat. You could call it by what it is. Yud Dalet Shvat. Yad Shvat.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel
Yom
good.
Tov.
You can call it Yad Shvat.
And you guys let Abby and Jason and Lauren and Stanny and everybody hope.
Yeah, you're a terrible mom.
Yeah, run your room.
And I think that B is not welcome in the honey hive, but I could have misread the situation yesterday erroneously.
Yeah,
Correct
Abby,
me if
sorry
I'm
for the
wrong.
delay.
I'm not starting shit. Hey,
Yeah,
What's wrong with BU?
I don't know. I just heard that.
I don't even know this person. All I know about this person is their username is BU, and they're a happy little bee. It's a
Okay.
cute picture of a bee.
That might
It's probably
stream online.
just like a harmless person,
like
probably not
Evan
streaming online.
does.
And
I
even
think
if
we
he
should
does,
find
nobody's
out.
watching.
Is there a complaint email where we can
Nobody's
send
fucking watching.
complaints?
Everyone wants to argue with me today, and I don't care anymore.
I'm reading the news, Hills.
Can someone tell me where the boxer comes from?
Hold on.
Where what?
The beat. The beat.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's a good one, Abby.
The beat. Like I don't think I've ever had it any other time. And where does it come from? And like, why do you only have it then?
Carol.
We're talking
that's
about
your
carob
word if you would like to
Jason,
say.
I've raised it
carob
twice.
pods on this
Jason.
holiday.
Wait, I didn't realize it's
Buck-
carob.
like-
Boxer is carob?
Jason, I'm not sure what's going on.
Have you ever had the raw carob?
Wait,
Is that what it is?
I wrote a
It's
whole.
tasty.
Wait, I have to find it and I'll read it to you guys. I don't think I can get my hands on it now.
Do it again.
I wrote this whole piece, about the parable about the carob tree and the man in the carob tree.
Right.
No.
It's a very famous Jewish parable. And when I was part of APAC, I had to write this whole, they do a whole picture of you, a page in a book, and you have to write something. So I wrote about the carob. And as we do stuff now in our lives, and we give money to things that may not change for us now, but it's about the carob tree that in 80 years, it's for the 2 generations ahead. And it's like a really beautiful. Is it from the Talmud? What's it from? That parable. I know the sages teach it. I need mixed ed for this. Where does it come from?
Where do they teach what?
The sages teach the parable about the old man lying under the carob tree, plants a carob tree so that his grandchildren can.
The 70 years? That's the
the 70 years. Where's that? It's such a beautiful Jewish parable. Where's it come from?
It's in Gemara Tanis.
Okay, you're so much better at this than I am. Could you tell them the story? Because, guys, this is something like you can take into anything.
I don't remember the whole story, but it's, if I recall, roughly, it was Rip Van Winkle. It was a guy that plants a tree and he sees it as a seed. He goes into a cave, I think, falls asleep, comes out, and then he's got the fruit from the tree. Because I think there was a question. They asked him a question why he was planting the tree, because it takes a long time to bear fruit. And he said, so my descendants will benefit from it. But that was part of the time.
Something like that. But it's like...
I don't remember the story, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to use when you think about doing something that maybe you can't benefit, but it will benefit in longevity. Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
So I didn't mean to digress, but I was boxer. I never knew came from that. And that shit is hard to eat.
Abby, can I ask you a question? Can you, if you have your hands on it, I'm trying to find AIPAC's total lobbying budget compared to Big Pharma, compared to everyone else's.
2 weeks from now is the summit in Washington. I will be there. And one of the breakout sessions is exactly that.
Because everyone's throwing it in our faces, you own all the congressmen.
No,
I think they are dropping the bucket.
It's not even close. The biggest lobbies, who has that exact number is George. The biggest lobbies are the realtors, the insurance, the AARP.
That all makes sense.
The NRA is not even, everyone used to say the NRA was
the biggest. Used to be.
That used to be, it's not. AIPAC is, no, it's not. But George, if you talk to George, he has those numbers. Yeah. But I will be, in 2 weeks is all that stuff's going to be talked about. So
could you forward me anything you find that's useful? Because I'm tired of these idiots in these rooms saying, you own all these congressmen.
No. Well, we give money.
The average contribution is pipsqueak probably compared to everything else.
First of all, on personal contributions, which is what people give, it's a $6,000, it's a $5,700.
Yeah, 6,000 I think is the right number.
Something like that limit, because I actually had these members of...
She went crazy because of you.
Okay.
No?
If that's what everybody wants to believe, then I guess those.
To wake people up. Some of it is resistance, some of it is things you can do. But frankly, a lot of it is just, hey, folks, I don't think you realize how bad this is. These are the kinds of things that are happening, and this is why they're so bad, and that's on everything from getting rid of USAID to all of the rummaging around that Elon Musk and his tech weirdos are doing.
Yeah,
and
they call them muskrats.
Okay, muskrats, and of course all the cabinet appointments that are being appointed. I read in the news this morning, I think, when I woke up at 3:30 in a cold sweat, that they've just announced an investigation. Someone will remind me of whom, to see if their DEI policies are criminal. So right now it's not enough. It's not enough that Disney and many other large companies have announced that they're absolutely scrapping their DEI departments, their DEI initiatives. Now, the companies that aren't or haven't said that they are going to be criminally investigated for violating the civil rights laws. I mean, the world is on its head. It's now civil rights initiatives are the thing that violate the civil rights laws. I mean, that's where.
No, it's obscene what's going on. It really is. And did you hear about? I just saw this right before that. I guess there's some sort of NATO meeting, or at least some meeting of defense ministers, and Pete Hegseth said that they are making the assumption that Ukraine will not have the same borders that it had before the war. And essentially ceding ground to the Russians, which is obscene.
Right. And I heard that, I mean, this is probably old news because
never cede ground to the Russians.
I did hear that Ukraine, the government came out and said, yeah, we're ready to. So we're in the end game. And I know we have European friends in this room. I gotta believe that the Poles and the Finns and the Finnish, I mean, there are people all over Europe right now that have to be really, really, really concerned about the stability of their region. The Middle East, I mean, God only knows where we're going. You know, now that our declared policy after a short backtrack that lasted about 4 hours, our official policy is that we're turning Gaza into a giant all-inclusive resort. I mean, it's like,
it's amazing.
This is fucking insane.
It's amazing. Wow. I don't know. It's you don't even know how to respond to it because it's so absurd. It's like on one authority, he said it is the classic Emperor's New Clothes. He just gets up and says the craziest shit, and they run around doing everything possible to defend what he says, as if it's a great idea.
Yeah. Can I end with one semi-humorous?
Yeah, no, you got the floor, and look, you're being very generous, and if you can stick around, if you can't, I understand.
Oh no, of course, no, it's my pleasure. Are you kidding? So, in a moment that would be only laugh out loud funny if it wasn't so serious, I happened to have the news on live when Trump was talking with the King of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And with not even a drop of irony. And he repeated it, I believe, 3 times. Well, he repeated it twice. I think he said it 3 times with this very serious look on his face, like he was being really profound. Trump actually said the following words 2 or 3 times. And this was in reference to the fact that he thought Hamas was not going to meet his deadline to release all of the hostages, and that they were bullies. He said the following: you know, bullies are always the weakest people. You know, bullies are always the weakest people. You know, bullies are always the weakest people. And I'm thinking to myself, he may be the most unself-aware person on the entire planet, and there are 8 billion of us.
I've read it.
Sorry, I didn't hear you for a minute.
The book, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Did you read that as a kid? He also wrote The Missing Piece.
I don't think so.
Lauren, if you have kids, you want to someday get them this book, or even for an adult.
Abby, I wasn't a big reader as a kid. I was like more into sports, staying here, avoiding reading.
It's kind of
but
very, very popular children's book. And it was a story of a tree and, you know, how the tree through generations took care of this kid, kind of what Lauren is saying, you know, through his life. And then ultimately, you know, he has to cut the tree down. The tree's cut down and it's a stump, but the stump helps the kid now as an old man to have a place to sit. But it's just all about how the tree is always giving to him. It's really pretty, I mean, I think it was like won all kinds of Pulitzers and stuff.
That's nice. I really want to go to, like, if people want to give me recommendations, I can try to read it. And I actually joined a book club just to try to read more.
It's like a 10-minute read. It's, you know,
it's all about what you take and you give, and it's to teach you, no matter your child or yourself, of as you age, the give and take of exchange should always be remembered of how grateful you really are. And when you don't realize your gratefulness from when the tree gave the fruit gave its branches to build a house, but still the old man had to give the tree attention too, because the tree stays, the man left, or the boy left. So
period. He is not president to anybody else, and he is not taking into any consideration anybody except those who are loyal to him above the Constitution, which is a minority of the country. So I don't know how we get the people who he's not representing to get excited enough to overthrow the minority, because we are, despite the fact that he did win the popular vote, he is a minority government. He is operating and governing as a very slim minority president leader, just for the small minority that's part of his personal cult. And it's so frustrating when you're on the other side to see, look, guys, let's get up. We have to be able to do something. We got to figure out what method to do this. So anyway, I want to let's go to David. David's the first one that was in the room. David, are you available to talk? Did you want to respond, or do you have some other ideas?
Yeah, I'm available. I just someone messaged me that they couldn't see the rooms, just trying to manually invite people. I don't know if, what you know, the visibility might be something, just more of an announcement.
Well, I've been pinging people in, and I assume that, but you're right. The room's a little smaller than normal, so maybe there's something going on.
Maybe because Elon had his son in the Oval Office, it was just so compelling that he's now our president, you know?
That's true. And you would figure that we might, being the deep state, we might be a prime target. So, anyway, have you seen any articles that you want to...
Well, I've got something I'm aware of, that February 10th, SpaceX was awarded a 39.8 or something million, just under $40 million continuing contract, or an additional contract. And I just don't think that United Space Alliance or Blue Origin is probably going to anyway. It seems pretty corrupt. Where is the lack of, or I guess the transparency? It was pretty ironic the way that Musk was talking about transparency in the Oval Office. Like,
oh yeah,
it was just disgusting.
Well, he's a criminal hypocrite, you know, and he's a Nazi. He's a foreign-born, former illegal alien. Once an illegal alien, always an illegal alien. He's a South African. He's not an American. He doesn't know anything about America. He doesn't know how it works. He doesn't respect how it works.
In the weirdest way, he's a globalist. He's not a national socialist. He's a global socialist, right?
No, he has become the worst case scenario of a person. You know, I don't know if people like this were always like this. The way I thought about him 5 years ago, I never liked him. I always thought he was weird. And I thought he was a blowhard and a self-promoter. But now I realize, no, he was a diamond in the rough in a bad way. You know, he has become the most dangerous. He is partnered with the worst person in the world. He's the most dangerous person in the world. Not a good combination. Anyway, thanks, David. Let's go to Andrew. Andrew, my good friend, I have to tell you that it's been interesting, because we've been hanging around. All the women ambassadors, they go golfing every weekend, and like at 6 a.m, and they also the American and the Canadian ambassadors, who are both women, have been walking with Ellen.
And the other thing is that I think that there are going to be some jobs that demand even more creativity, because again, like the biggest questions are like what to build, what problems to solve. Okay, so now you only need 2 software engineers instead of 100 to build some application. What is that application going to do? What problems is it solving?
Yeah, well, when it comes to innovation and looking like brainstorming and innovating, there's a very interesting article on how AI actually is that those roles are perfect for AI. Just because like the automation of cognitive tasks begin with the most complex task, which was very counterintuitive. Like we think like the last thing to be done by a machine is art, photography, and that's why Mike is really, when it affects his field, he sees it as, because it's a total replacement of artists, it's a total replacement of photography. It's now also the Hollywood script writing and the movie making, with the introduction of Sora and how these vision models are just increasingly getting better. It's like our creativity is being overtaken. So once you say, oh, we need these more creative jobs, it's that AI has bigger scope of searching, can make more connections between novel things, and that creates a huge problem.
And the quality is going down, but quality is going down and skills going down, but profits are going up at the same time. So there's no incentive to reverse that. There's no incentive whatsoever to reverse the trend. You can have the 7th sequel to a lame movie that special effects haven't even increased. They've gotten worse. They're worse now than they used to be. They're more fake looking. They're less great, and it doesn't matter. They're making more profits than ever doing it. So there's no incentive to reverse it. It's kind of the same way that we allow our natural resources to disappear because we're making so much money on them right now. Who gives a fuck? We'll deal with it later. We're doing that with creativity in every industry.
I think that's a very valid critique.
It's like I've seen it. I've been calling it the democratization of mediocrity. I didn't read that. I made that up like 10 years ago. I was like, oh my God, what I'm seeing is this thing where everybody's accepting work that's less good and costs more to create, because ultimately they're still making more money in the end. They'll pay for more people to do the same task I used to do as a photographer. So I used to make $300 an hour, no questions about it, while I was working hours shooting. It was easy to do. And then they replaced me with 4 digital artists, and they paid me $60 an hour, and then they paid 4 digital artists $60 an hour to work on my work after I worked on it. Like that's what they do now. They think that like it's required to have a digital artist involved with a photographer. It's not. If the photographer is doing it the traditional method, and ultimately my work is better than theirs is after they've spent all those hours on the computer, but it doesn't matter. The companies are actually losing money and losing efficiency.
I'll be all right.
Well, I'm concerned. In Japan, they won't say anything.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Stupid People Talking About Nothing, Wasting Time, hosted by Ryan.
No, my parents been to Cape Town. I already know what to do. Know how to move.
Did they get back?
What up?
Yeah, they stayed on the resort.
Wow, you should be careful. You know, they may think you're one of the
Wow.
I'm telling you, be careful. Don't fuck around out there. Don't fuck around.
What up, dude? Welcome to Dumb Low IQ Peak Brains wasting time talking about nothing.
Stupid, low IQ, dumb people wasting time talking about nothing.
There's like some double entendres, triple entendres, but for the most part, you know what I realize is some of the people talking are not dumb. Like Abby, for example, she is that lawyer, you know, out in Vegas. Like she's not dumb, but she's bored and she's lonely. That's, you know, the other title to this type of title. There seems to be two types or even three types of categories: dumb, low IQ people who are bored and lonely, and then just the lonely and bored, and then the happy and fulfilled, you know.
Lonely. Narcissist.
Yeah, I mean, narcissism, see, the thing is, it's an index. So if somebody calls somebody a narcissist, then you have to ask that person, well, where are you on the index? And because a lot of these black women who are ratting out these male black hip hop artists, they're clout chasing off of the the legal problem that a lot of these men have, you know, who are going to jail for whatever. I mean, is Jay-Z gonna go to jail? You know, some fucking.
Why is Jay-Z going to jail?
Because he was indicted with the Diddy indictments. There's been like 4 accusers on Jay-Z. And they pay him off, you know. They pay him off and they make it go away. But like, you're right. Maybe Jay-Z won't go to jail because he could settle his. But R. Kelly, look at that guy. Look at R. Kelly. How do these people not give up in jail? You know. I mean, they're worth $100 million, $300 million. Now they're sitting in jail, you know, riding tricycles around, making love in prison cells with their bitches. Anyways, I'm being very irascible, but yeah, I mean, I just recorded
It's not everybody who feels compelled to like do something with their time, you know. First of all, I think it is kind of a Jewish. It's not only Jewish. It's not exclusive to Jews. But you know, my parents did not raise me to be religious, but I think they still instilled in me some Jewish values, such as everybody's life has value, everybody's life has purpose. There's not a speck of dust out of place. The point of life is to solve a problem or be in service of others or to give love to others. Like, the point of life is to be a shining light. That's kind of like a Jewish perspective. But I don't think that everybody grows up with this philosophy that, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to shine my light? I mean, even what you're doing, although it is sometimes irascible and confusing and you're going about it in a convoluted way, I think what you're doing on Clubhouse clearly is attempting to shine some light and, you know, hold up the mirror and also share knowledge. But some people, you know, all they want to do is like find somebody from Grindr to drill into their brain with a drill and then skull fuck the hole that they just drilled into that person's brain.
Jesus,
you know, some people,
that sounds like murder sex.
Well, that's isn't that Jeffrey Dahmer did that? I think.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, it's a fact. He did that to somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Have you watched the Jeffrey Dahmer movies that came out on whatever the fuck it is? I don't know what platform or network.
Yeah, I watched the show, the TV show with the good. It was actually, I thought he was a good actor.
Yeah.
And it was a good show for, you know.
I saw this clip. The cops come up to his front door and they're like, "What the fuck is up with these pictures, Jeff?" And he's like, "Well, you know, homosexual people, sometimes they do that." Then they're like, "Can we come in, Jeff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, come right in."
Coach Dittman, I think that, like, I agree with Zach, right? I think as annoying as you may be to some people in Clubhouse, you shine a light. You kind of show from the outside.
You're our guru.
Yeah, like you shine a light on a lot of the idiocracy and the foolishness that goes on Clubhouse. It's good content. Like, it's very good content. We've talked about it. You're literally sitting on a gold mine if you can like make a compilation of like these like videos of
It's just too much. I have so much content that you realize that when you create a lot of content, it's really just, I don't know. Do you know that guy, the YouTube, bring Chris up here. Do you know who Chris, if you're available, that YouTube guy is like a Hispanic guy who stuffs his booty, his pants with like stuffing or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that guy.
Oh yeah.
So he was talking about how like they'll film hours and hours of content just to release like a 15-second clip, It's kind of stupid now because there's just, people basically release enough content. I don't know. Anyways, the point
I
is,
posted a 10-minute video the other day on TikTok. I thought I was speaking very eloquently for 10 minutes, and I thought it was basically the length of a cigarette. And then I got one comment, and it said, "Get to the point, dude."
right. Okay. Well, my point is that the 15-second shorts on YouTube, if you read really high value poetry, nothing can really beat that because in my opinion, it's so easy to read 15 seconds of poetry. And if it's really good, you're educating yourself. And so basically you're killing two birds with one stone, three birds with one stone. And, it seems if you read Tao Te Ching on YouTube, the algorithm loves it. I don't know what it is, but it is because it is very transcendental, hypnotic, and high value information. And it's very simple. And I think that's probably why it does so well, because anybody can understand what you're saying when you're reading the Tao Te Ching. So it's been working. And, those videos that I've been putting in. The thing is, a lot of it is bot traffic, though. So you're not really getting real views. And I don't believe it. Because so many of the comments are just fucking like spam chat that I'm like, dude, the bots from TikTok have moved over to YouTube. Not a corresponding number of likes or comments based on the views. So it makes me think that it's like fucking bullshit.
It's just the NPCs from the third world. That's all it is. It's people who have 65 IQ. They're indistinguishable from bots.
It's kind of interesting. But I just created some clips from Ben Mendelsohn's room. That entertainment lawyer, Steve Crone, was chatting about how much they hate Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and his muskrats. And then Dr. James came in, and I was shortly kicked thereafter. And let me tell you, just those fucking 6 minutes and 15 seconds that I recorded, like, that's good enough, It's like, because these people do identify, like, I'm using their names in the YouTube, and the only way they can get it removed is you have to find the YouTube link for privacy and submit the request, because they're using, you're getting doxxed, so you can report your YouTube doxings and they will delete them.
They found my bots. So.
Oh, they nuked your account. Oh.
Yeah, that Scott guy, he's like on the prowl.
Who's Scott Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has befriended me and we talk, and I don't know if it's all Scott or it's a combination, but like Scott is in a deep state within a deep state within a deep state. So, God bless everyone. I hope they all. The funniest thing is when you listen to them speak, they actually talk like racist, fascist Nazis, but only outside of the context of them applying it to Elon Musk. So,
Who are you talking about?
Ben Mendelsohn said, "Once an illegal alien, always an illegal alien." It's like, if that wasn't directed towards Elon Musk, you could label him a racist Nazi. And so they're just the biggest hypocrites. So I think the best way to label these people is anti-American. I think that's like the best way to label people that suffer from TDS and Elon Musk.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. You know what? That's true. It's better than Marxist, because they're not even necessarily Marxist, but they are quite anti-American in the way that we were raised to be. I mean, you're a little older than me, but we basically are. What are you, John? Are you Gen X, John?
I don't know. I'm 42.
What are you?
42. What is that? I don't even know.
42, right? So you're like an old millennial. You're like a cusp. You're a young. You're not Gen X, really. You're like, if anything, you're just an old millennial. But yeah, we were taught American values. I mean, bro, when I grew up in the 90s, I was taught to not be racist as a child. It's like, hey, we're all American. We're all riding the bus. I grew up in Washington, D.C. Everybody has a spark of love in their heart. I learned all this shit as a child. And now what's taught as progressive policy now is nothing if it's not anti-American.
You know, one time I was at my dad's workplace. He was a security guard at a college. And I'm sitting there in like a classroom watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And my dad was like doing something. He looks up and he had never heard Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will Smith. And I couldn't believe what he said. And I don't know if this is an exact quote, but he said, "What are you watching that N-word shit for?"
It's amazing.
And I had never heard him say the N-word in my life. He might have been having a bad day and had to deal with some N-words, previously in the past couple hours prior to making that statement. But I had never heard him. Well, maybe another time. He said, he had a foot patrol, and this African guy, he could tell he wasn't like an American African, but he knew he was like fresh off the boat African, and he took all of his McDonald's food and just chucked it out the window of his car right into the street. So my dad meticulously picked up every piece of refuse, rebundled it back into the bag, knocked on the guy's glass window, had him roll down his window, and then my dad said he slammed it in his face. And he walked away.
Amazing.
Yeah. And he said, "Why did you do that?" There was another time, he said, where this African woman, he said, "Man, you can't park here. This is a restricted zone. You're going to have to move your vehicle or I'm going to have to ticket you." And she said, "Fuck you." So my dad ticketed her, and then she got out of the car and she says, "You give me a ticket because you're a racist and you hate black people." And my dad looked at her and said, "Ma'am, I don't hate black people. I hate N-words. Have a good day, ma'am." And he walked away.
Wait, what was he? Was he a police?
Yeah, he was Chicago police. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
mean, I tell you, fuck. Look, I was taught as a child to not be racist. And I still, in my heart, believe what I told you, that we all have a spark of Hashem, and there's not a speck of dust out of place. And anybody who I meet on the street, I'm going to treat them just like I would treat Jesus Christ. I would treat them all with respect and love to the utmost ability. But I will say, I've had a lot of bad experiences with
See, let me just put it to you this way. If you have a cane and it's, also, if you have a cane, it's not just a cane. It's also a defensive weapon. So, I'm willing to, pass out the peace bush, you know what I'm saying? But with a cane. There's just too many fucking...
I told you about the Israeli... did I tell you about the Israeli saying that I just learned? Somebody told me, did I tell you?
No.
I learned this from somebody in Israel, and the saying is, respect but suspect. She told it to me. She's obviously native Israeli Hebrew speaker, didn't speak the greatest English, but she told it to me in English. And it's funny because it rhymes in English, respect but suspect. And then I told it to Daniel, gay Jewish Daniel.
Yeah.
And he told it to me in Hebrew. And it's funny because it rhymes in Hebrew too. I don't know how to say it in Hebrew, but anyway, that's a good saying. Respect but suspect. I respect everybody, but I also kind of suspect a lot of people of doing potential harm to me. I don't have a problem with fat lesbians, but I've been really seriously harmed by fat lesbians over the past few years. And so now when I see a fat lesbian on social media, I get kind of scared, and I don't think that that's hateful. I'm not fat phobic or lesbian phobic. It's just that, I've been harmed by probably 12 fat lesbians, and so the brain picks up on patterns.
Do you know that the word but, B-U-T, in technical grammar is classified as a coordinating conjunction?
I didn't know that.
It connects two independent clauses that contrast with each other, essentially meaning however, or on the other hand. So, suspect but respect. Or what was it? Respect but suspect?
Respect, it might be and. It could be but or and, but it's, respect and suspect.
Yeah.
I respect the Arabs, but I also suspect that any one of them could be wearing a suicide vest. That's how she put it, basically.
Yeah, the violence stuff is crazy. I mean, but the thing that annoys me is in every major American city, we should have a zero tolerance policy for violence. Coordinated criminal violence. I mean, if it's domestic violence.
What do you mean by that? What does that even mean?
So, like here in the northwest side of Chicago, every restaurant is continually getting broken into, at 3 a.m. by a crew of young black men. And so, like,
have they been identified?
They all wear masks, using stolen vehicles. And so.
So how do you stop that?
Well, you set up an ambush.
Mm.
You fucking set criminals up. That's what you do. But our city doesn't set. Our city has basically become completely neutered and effeminate and gay and all about racial reparations and how we have a systemic white racist criminal, past of racism and oppression.
Who's the mayor? Wasn't it that crazy lady, the dead zombie lady?
No, we have somebody even worse now. Brandon Johnson. He's even worse, maybe. Probably.
Oh, no. Is he like, is he anti-American?
He's anti-American,
He's very
and
anti-American.
he says if you're not with
like,
us, you're against us.
Or me.
He's definitely a psychotic, and he's a low IQ.
Do you think he would kill you or me if given the chance? That's a question. I want to ask this to people on Clubhouse. Like, I want to ask people in Amir's room, like Soren.
Yeah, that is the weirdest thing, isn't it? Because it's true. Like, the things they say is essentially, yes, I believe that we should kill you to take back the land. You're like, really? You would kill me, huh? Yeah, I would. That's what I won't say that out loud, but technically that's what I'm saying. That is the thing about even all the Ben Mendelsohn rooms and all these people who are totally anti-Trump, and just everything they say it's basically political, but one step away from being homicidal.
Who is Ben Mendelsohn?
He has a room. He's married to a woman who works for the State Department. They live in Portugal. And so I'm gathering information to submit. Yeah, I'm going to send a letter to the new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, and ask him to terminate his wife so I can live stream him saying, somebody doxed my wife and now we have to move back to Cincinnati because somebody on Clubhouse got me my wife's job ruined. It's going to be me, Zach. I'm going to be that guy.
You're a troll of the people.
It'll be the most sophisticated troll ever because, like, I'll be recording it and, like, it'll be the conclusion to the movie. It'll be, like, the summary. It's like, and in the end, we got Ben Mendelsohn's wife fired and Ben had to move back to Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's good. That was
And then Dr. James would be like, I bet it was Edmund.
Right.
So you know who Sam Kinison is?
Yeah, of course.
I just saw this like documentary about his life, and
oh really?
Yeah, his whole shtick.
That sounds good. What's it called? I'll check it out. We like shit like that. Well, I'll look it up. Sam Kinison documentary.
Yeah. But it's amazing because he was a preacher from like the Midwest, from like Oklahoma. So that's how he basically perfected his voice, is because he'd go into these high tones and do this wild evangelical preaching. And dude, he has this one skit. He's like, so if everything is God, if we all come from God and this life is a divine manifestation of God, and I came out of the universe. Why the fuck do I have to work at the Dixie Pixie as a grocery store clerk for fucking $2 an hour? My life is fucking miserable! Jesus Christ, I fucking hate it! You know, and he goes in, so it's such a butt, you know, or what was it? What was the conjunction thing called? Butt?
Right, it's a butt.
It's a butt. It's like a, what the fuck? See, the technical grammar. I think having a conversation. Hi, Abby. I think having a conversation about technical grammar is like a very funny way to have a conversation, because technically no one ever talks about it. Like, only time I ever talked about technical grammar was maybe like the 7th grade or something, and I was confused as fuck. Do you remember that in your junior high, high school, whatever, ever exploring technical grammar?
Yes. I think I was good at that. I'm ashamed I didn't know what a butt was. I didn't even know a butt.
Do you know what a however is?
It's like a butt.
No,
it's got a coordinated conjunctive clause.
It's not a coordinative conjunctive. A however is known as a conjunctive adverb.
Oh, fuck. Conjunctive adverb.
You see how stupid a conversation is about technical grammar?
Have you seen the Kinnison bit? It's a famous one where he's like, "This is love." No, this is love. You seen that one?
No.
It's like, I can't do a good Kinnison, but he's like, "This is love. You meet something new." He says, "No, this is love." And he's knock on the door. "Come on in. This is love." And he does like a devil, like, "No, this is love. This is what it's supposed to be." He's doing like this Satan demon. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing about Sam Kinison in this documentary is the way he incorporates like that ogre noise, and his high pitched screaming, or it's not even high pitched, it's just the screaming voice becomes a mantra.
Right.
And then, or it doesn't become a mantra, it is a mantra. It's part of the hypnosis, but then he also does this like really squeaky women's voice, like, "Oh, come on in, I can't wait to you to come on in, let me go get you a cup of coffee. Oh, this is love, this is love, this is love. Let me take your jacket, this is love, this is love. Oh, don't mind my dog that just bit your hand. This is love, this is love, this is love."
It's the bit. You know it without even seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could do, I don't know, if I ever do stand-up comedy this year in Chicago, I'm just going to do a Sam Kinison impersonation.
Right. There isn't really like a Kinnison these days.
You could say Tim Dillon is Kinison, because I saw him do his bit, and dude, shit was funny.
But he's still like kind of laid back. He doesn't like rant.
Oh no, it's a rant.
Does he get like heated? I've
Yeah.
never seen him live.
I recorded it, and he was explosive. It was hilarious. And
nice.
Like I said, it was just like Kinison, basically. It's the same thing. What up, Danny? What up, Abby? Oh, look, we got It Hurts down there, the N word. No, sorry. Well, actually,
No, let him up.
yeah, just give him a couple minutes.
Bring him up. What?
What's going on, man? What's the problem? Why y'all kick me from the room?
Do you know that It Hurts When It Pee wouldn't swallow a dick for America?
Hell no, fuck America.
Would you Well, that was a question. Would you suck a dick for America?
Yeah, I would suck a dick for America.
Well, yeah. Well, under what circumstances? How is my dick sucking going to help America?
If you had to suck a dick to save America, would you do it?
To save the life of everybody in America?
Yes.
I think I would suck that dick. Probably wouldn't. I don't think I would enjoy it. I think I would hold my nose the whole time.
It hurts that wouldn't kiss a man to his mother. Okay, that's what it hurt said in the other room.
What did he say?
I did say that. I said I wouldn't do it.
And you would let everybody in America die?
He wouldn't kiss a man to
Hey,
save
wait.
his mother.
Let me ask you this, because I was just talking with Edmund about this.
100%.
Let me ask you, if you could kill me in like a private way and get away with it and nobody would ever know and you would just get to kill me privately, would you do it?
Probably.
All right.